Are you guys ready for the? Are you guys ready for the Fazbear Fright horror attraction?
No.
Oh, funny you bring that up, considering that with Five Nights at Freddy's 3 here, Mr. Fazbear has been sort of retired, and there's only really this wacko bunny that's staring us in the face that we're going to be contending with today.
Odd.
Yep. Very mischievous of this
He's stinky looking.
corpse, in a sense.
Oh, a shattered relic.
So what can you tell us about the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's 3?
As before, I need to jump in just in case I get it wrong. But with FNAF 3, of course we start here at the horror attraction because, of course, why wouldn't we? The main gimmick, not main gimmick. The main story of it is that it takes place a bit in the future. Like if I remember, somewhere in the 2020s.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
could
you
be
found the
wrong.
balloon adventure game.
Oh yeah. Actually, before I continue, for clarification, just by this minigame, yes, I am going for the good ending.
Okay.
Because I think it's nicer. But anyway.
Oh,
we're in
and
around
fall for the schmuck bait.
Yep, you actually gotta glitch your way out of bounds. How can you just walk through the wall?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, many balloon boys have perished here.
Well, too many.
The last
But,
balloon.
Around 2020 something, we're at the horror attraction. And of course, we had to fend off. Oh, not fend off. We're in a tough situation.
Oh?
Like, even look at this place. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Doesn't look too good.
It's also amazing this place hasn't already been condemned by now.
Yeah, very surprising. But before I explain that part, right, what to call it, but the main thing with one of the animatronics, well, the main one anyway, is that of course, like I said, I think in the second video, there's a killer among us. And no joke, because of the vents there. Haha, funny. The main killer is trying to kill us, and it has similar vibes to what the animatronic we're facing has. If you know your lore. And again, the death minigames really help out of what you're supposed to know.
Yep, this gave a...
And since I
Death
didn't
Games
get
gave
them
us-
in the previous video, it's unfortunate that I didn't show it.
So, Wacky McSpazatron that we saw on the title screen, this one is named Springtrap.
Yes, his name is Springtrap.
Named for the particular type of suit that it is, because it's not like your average animatronic.
Yep, it's a spring lock suit, meaning that you can actually be inside of the actual suit.
Yep.
Which, I mean, had it had, like, proper safety regulations and stuff, like, it's kind of a revolutionary idea for, like, immersive entertainment, like, you know, have a character that, like, looks like Mickey Mouse and, like, walks and talks like Mickey Mouse, but then, you know, you can then, like, you know, lock it into place somewhere else, and now it's doing the whole show while you're all, you know, out elsewhere doing other stuff, and, but we learned from some safety tapes that the problem is that the spring locks, due to safety deregulations and cutting some corners, the spring locks themselves can sometimes be a little loose.
Yep, very loose, and it caused one incident that we will find out later.
Yes.
Let's just say that particular suit that we have to deal with stinks to high heaven.
But for now,
Man.
Doug gets to play this on easy mode, because the first night we don't even really got to worry about anything. It's just an average day. Familiarize yourself.
Yeah, I think this is one of the only... I think out of the main four, this is the only FNAF game that does this.
Yep.
Right,
But I should
just-
also say right now, you don't hear the call again after you complete a minigame, so it's completely mute. So for the sake of the commentary, I did find a video so that I can actually put the whole calls within each night after the minigames are done, so that you guys can actually hear what the call is.
That's
Clever.
good, because otherwise, night one's going to be pretty breezy. You don't have to really... There's not much to really worry about. Just mostly checking the sites, seeing all the just yeah, no, like what was said earlier. This place just looks like it could very much topple over you if you fart at it.
So,
Yeah.
so
And
Doug-
not to mention that this place has a very, very poor ventilation, and that's, like it or not, that's going to be a gameplay element.
yeah, it's very cluttered. But yeah, Doug, go ahead. Tell us about the different maps, the different cameras, the play audio, and all that stuff.
These are going to be very helpful for you. For the audio, funny enough, you have to distract the little bitch, Springtrap, so that he is going to a certain room. Depending on where he's going to be, it might be a little bit finicky. But if you know your placement's right, you'll be okay.
Okay.
The other map that is underneath, that is under the main one, is the ventilation system. He can crawl into the vents, just like the animatronics can in the second game.
Hmm. Hooray!
That'll be a very much of a bitch if you find him in the vents, and you have to be very quick. The main gimmick with Springtrap is that he could be very fucking quick if you actually even miss your cue. Because,
Right,
like with the next game, sound is important.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and like
Oh.
he's the only animatronic you have to worry about, but he's probably the deadliest in the entire series.
Oh,
Just
he
on the process
Oh.
that he's the only one.
There's a
Purple
purple
guy.
Freddy there.
BBDBL click. Click in that order. Upper left, lower left. Okay, that hallway is very important for secrets.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure it was nothing.
But yeah, no, the
Don't worry about it.
it's okay. But yeah, no, this is it's only one animatronic, but this is the only animatronic that is like actively trying to like hunt us down with like real malice and will actually employ many tactics to be sneaky. And I don't remember this part of the map.
Error. Oh boy.
Ow.
Ow!
Goodbye, Freddy.
Yep, that right there is the purple guy.
Ish.
Like zoinks!
Fuck.
There I am.
You know, I'm just saying, like, I know there's that, but with no context, for some reason, I think of purple guy, just imagine the red guy from Cow and Chicken, but just painted purple.
Do kind of feel like that part of the time.
Nice, you got it.
He's mean.
Oh, now we got Mangle's quest.
Hello.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately,
Anthony, go ahead.
Oh,
that was
Well,
about to say, yeah,
yeah.
kind of like with the other games, I have to do the window mode and not let the mouse be visible because, you know, outside and all
worries.
that stuff, if I click off, it will not play the sound, which I will say, unfortunately, I did have that one instance later in the video.
Aw, no worries. It's all good.
Yeah, my
Watch out.
my thing is that I like this game, but not too much because the camera's a big issue for me, even trying to find the fucker, because Springtrap is very hard to see sometimes in the cameras unless you have a good eye.
Very. He will hide sometimes he will hide literally like he will be in the corner of a camera screen where like 90% of the 90% of the feed is exactly the same and he's just like slunk around somewhere else.
cake!
Right. Oh boy,
Yeah,
cake!
But yeah, go ahead, Logan. Your thing.
Oh, so Anthony, have you had a chance to play Five Nights at Freddy's 3?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, is that to imply this isn't your favorite of the series?
It's more of the fact, like, once again, pirated this damn thing. Little me didn't have money.
Mine.
It has its ups and downs, but my main complaint with it is obviously with Springtrap, with the cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
Though, what's cool though is I came across a secret
New platforms.
that would be like at the left side of your screen when you go and turn on your monitor to reboot things. I believe it's Shadow Freddy that you see in the corner. He's just chilling there.
Trying good.
And when I first saw it, I was kind
I
of
believe
like,
so.
what the fuck?
Actually,
Kind of
it's
funny
funny you
because it
mentioned
lingers to that very soon in the video.
Yeah, I was about to say because it's funny you mentioned Shadow Freddy, where it's like, as far as like pure physical threats, Springtrap's the only one you have to deal with. However, you will start every now and then noticing hallucinations of like previous animatronics.
Yep.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
I do believe that's tied to the poor ventilation that this place has that you need to regulate.
Yep.
You are correct. It is tied to the ventilation.
They will attack in many different forms and ways, and
Right,
the
and I mean, mind you, those hallucinations won't kill you per se, but they can definitely get in the way of trying to deal with Springtrap.
right.
And they could disable any of these systems.
Which I guess on that note, to just talk about our vulnerabilities and why this is one of the harder games out there. Oh, he found the old phone guy audio. Oh, nice. Doug, tell us about like what are the two ways, the two directions that we can be attacked by Springtrap?
That open door, or the ventilation on our right, as you can see on that map. There are instances where he can actually go into that ventilation and kill you from the right side. There's two jump scares from Springtrap, one from the left and one from the right.
And so the issue is that, as you're noting, it is impossible for you to be checking both systems at the same time. And similar with the Freddy mask and the camera of 1 and 2, when you bring up the screen to cover your view, that provides him an opportunity to strike if you're not ready.
Yeah, and have to be
can't-
careful. I can easily
Can't be-
say,
yeah.
I can easily say, if you don't have a strategy in mind for this game, you're fucked. Like no other way to put it. You're fucked if you don't have a strategy.
Audio error. And
this is my current strategy at the moment. Just check on the camera for a brief bit, and then check on the systems, rinse and repeat until I think either night 4 or 5. I had to think on what I needed to do.
in ventilation, go ahead.
Is it just me, or is it kind of lukewarm in here?
Ventilation, I believe, will if it's off, it'll make you start to like, your eyes will start to blink in and out, and that can also provide him a chance to attack you, even if you're looking directly at him.
Yes. One key note, actually, that I think you might have heard briefly. That static. If you hear that static actually getting louder, that means Springtrap is actually closing into the windows.
Jeez.
And even from a faint distance, like he's on the move. The main thing about that too is that if you hear groaning, he is on the move. Although unfortunately, and this is tied with one of the Phantoms, if you hear that louder and if Springtrap is not near you, that means Phantom Freddy is coming out.
Are you ready for Shadow Freddy?
No.
Yeah, when this starts
No.
happening, this is a game where you. I don't believe it's possible to avoid like jump scares entirely. Like the Phantoms are going to attack you with jump scares.
They will attack you unless you just completely ignore them.
Let's see.
And how easy is it to ignore them?
For Freddy, just don't pay attention to him at all. Chica, don't even look on cam 7. For the Mangle, I think it was cam 4, don't pay attention to that one at all. When it comes to Foxy, he's a little bit tricky if you're just casually doing this or trying to be focused, and he'll just randomly get you. One tip I learned is that briefly move your mouse to the left, and if Phantom Foxy is there, go back to the camera, and he'll reset.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you can appear over here by the door.
With Phantom
then-
Balloon Boy, because it's obvious
Yeah.
he is a Phantom in this game by that laugh. If he's on that Indies camera feed, you can actually close the camera feed or switch to a different camera, and he'll completely reset.
Okay. Okay, so it is possible to like. Okay, I always thought it was
It is
like, oh,
possible.
since they're. Alrighty.
Also,
But,
a twist. Apparently, Balloon Boy can actually jump scare you this time.
In a way, yeah. But one thing I have to keep a note with that room I'm looking at with Springtrap, that could be a death sentence in the later nights, because that's also the same camera, that's also the same room where the Phantom Marionette is at. And if you get the Phantom Marionette, you're fucked. Or possibly 50-50 chance, but from my recollection, it's really 60 to 40.
What does the Nightmare Marionette do? I know that for the
It will
most part.
stare at you the entire time. Well, not the entire time, but more so than how long the other Phantoms stay out for.
Yeesh.
So if you see the marionette on the camera, you have to make a quick either switch to another camera or just get off of that fucking camera feed completely. Like, shut that down and just that should reset the marionette.
Trying to think. And then the system computer on the left. The main way that works is that I don't know where he is. The main way that works is that, as you notice, eventually they will malfunction. You can reboot them on manually. If more than one of them starts to be disabled at a time, you can hit the reboot all, but note that it will take much longer to run that command than the other 3.
Yeah, it will unfortunately take longer.
Can you do anything with the ventilation map at all, or is it really just to see where he is in the vent system?
If you see him in events, you can actually activate a toggle of shutting the you can actually shut the vents on him before he gets that close.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's really the only purpose, but if you hear Springtrap cluttering into the vents, that's your signal.
Alright. Yeesh.
The signal!
And that's how even on night 2 you can make that already seem like a very steep, like, difficulty spike from the previous game already.
Trust me, that'll be for later.
Oh no. Well,
Again,
So I guess I could ask real quick. Like, how many attempts did this take you to record?
I want to say at least 2 recordings. Same thing with the other. Same thing with FNAF 4. But really, the second recording of FNAF 4 was really focusing on one of the very later nights. And
Right.
I think the second recording had the last night and the 6th night. So I died a couple of times in this game. Again, you could be fucked depending on what happens.
oh, I get it. This is the old pizzeria layout. There's the old security room. Oh,
Yep. Apparently, we're playing as Bonnie.
Bonnie.
go up. But anyway, sorry about that. As we see another instance of trying to go to a room that was not supposed to be there, we thought. Anthony, so what were your... Now that we've, like, pretty much covered most of, like, the mechanics, now we can just chill, I think. Uh-oh.
Wow.
What were your experiences like playing the game, Anthony?
Like I said before, pirated.
It was fun when we streamed it while drinking.
Oh yeah. Freaking. Obviously now, like, freaking, I paid for that game. Quote unquote paid. Someone, like, I believe it was Fancy Tunes or someone who literally just came in and be like, hey, here you go. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh no,
So now
and then immediately dove in.
Freaking.
Thanks.
It's like he was. I was like, but dude, I don't like some of these games. Like I don't play some of these games. He's like, well, now you can say you have them all, and I'm like, okay.
Chica got
I'm
a gun.
So sorry. I was about to say, I know it's supposed to be a plate, but it looks like a fucking gun that she's holding.
Pew pew.
Locked and loaded.
Freaking rolling up in this. Here you go. Another party.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, kid.
Alright, easy enough. I assume, and I guess real quick, I assume if you just try to play the game normally, nothing happens. It's just a distraction.
In a sense, yeah. Like if you, I mean, hell, one thing I'm glad I looked up before doing it is that if you at least just complete the minigame and die, you don't have to do the minigames again.
Okay.
Right.
So
I guess again that is the main difference here compared to the sequel because we obviously didn't show them off because we just want to actually beat the game. I know Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was technically the first game to include like specialized minigames that were clearly inspired by like those really old and chunky like video game consoles that predate the NES. And,
the death minigames, yeah.
Right, that you can play when you die. For Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you can still play them, but thankfully you don't have to die just to play them. In fact, you need to play them in a certain way to, as Doug mentioned, to get the good ending.
Thank God, honestly.
It's much more preferred because who's to say that you're not going to have like a perfect run of FNAF 2 if you know what the heck you're doing? You're going to miss out on some of the more like the itty bitty bits of lore that those minigames probably have.
Exactly.
They do, yeah, technically. Especially,
yeah.
Especially in Pizza Sim, they do reference those minigames.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah, they do. I actually probably saw
I guess
that
it should
one.
be said, like, as far as like the Five Nights at Freddy's series is concerned, like,
Hello.
I've been following along-ish since the first game, but then by Sister Location, I kind of just put it down, or not so much put it down, but like I haven't really been following the series since then, so I have no idea what's been going on with like the Pizza Simulator, or even what was it called, like Ultimate Custom Night.
Ultimate
There
Custom
are-
Night, yeah.
the best way to look at it is that when you actually get to the game itself, Pizzeria Simulator is the like actual conclusion. You could see that's the actual conclusion of this story, and Ultimate Custom Night is the epilogue.
Okay.
If I remember with that too, it technically also resembles fucking the Purple Guy's hell itself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the idea. I guess you had to spoil that little bit. Sorry, and then after that, and then I do want to roll back to Anthony. Sorry about that.
Of course.
That I guess the spoilers that's what's going on there, James. That Ultimate Custom Night, based on certain dialogue, what's happening is that Ultimate Custom Night is literally you are playing as Purple Guy trapped in hell forever, like, and that's how the game should have ended until they brought him back again. But
He always
yes,
comes
that was
back.
supposed to
Don't
be.
you know that?
Way in what?
I know. That was how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like he's trapped there for all eternity, and that's his punishment for the horrible, horrible crimes he committed. Anyway, Anthony, you were playing a pirated copy of the game. How far did you get?
Honestly, it's a blur. Not counting the stream that me and Doug did, it was like, I think I got up to night 4, and then I just couldn't beat it because Springtrap would be like, nah, fuck you, get out of here.
Actually,
Fuck you!
honestly, with the way he just casually approaches you, it's just more like, and again, this is like a bit from the Caddy video where he's all like, "Oh, hello, don't mind me."
Hey, what's going on? I heard you had pizza.
Ugh.
Just looking like,
It's actually funny because I had pizza yesterday.
Actually, I did too.
Actually, I had pizza earlier today.
I had a cheeseburger.
Son of a... Well, son of a gun. You had a cheeseburger?
I had a double bacon cheeseburger from Culver's.
The bacon cheeseburger, where from? Was it from Bye Bye's or
No.
Burger
It wasn't from
King?
Pizza Planet, was it?
No, it was from Culver's.
You're not gonna let that go, are you, Doug?
Oh,
No.
Oh,
oh,
shit.
hang on.
Oh, Darius.
We're just gonna, well, not him. It's a fan of Freddy. We're just not gonna pay him.
Oh,
we're
I
not gonna
know,
pay him any
just-
mind.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good pick there, Anthony. I love me some Culvers.
Freaking, like, Bun was the one that was like, honey, yeah? I want to give you
Yeah?
food, what you want? I don't know, I'm getting you Culver's, what you want from Culver's? I don't know, surprise me, and he's like, okay. So she got me
But yeah, they're that.
so she basically got me a double bacon cheeseburger plain with fries and mashed potatoes with gravy with Sprite.
Ooh.
That's nice. I really like their chicken sandwiches and their mozzarella bites.
I'm gonna look up. There's a Culver's near me.
Mozzarella, you mean cheese curds?
Oh yeah, they're called cheese curds, but they're basically just mozzarella bites, since that's the cheese that's in the curd.
Let's see. Culver's.
Phantom Freddy, I wish you'd stop doing that. I'm not interested in your show tunes.
Did somebody
Literally.
say Culver's? I
No.
don't know. Okay. Okay, fair. Alright, now, yeah, no Culver's near me, unfortunately.
Everything
That,
is
Yeah.
that seems to be a... Oh my gosh, everything's going bad.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Everything is practically fucked.
Dear heavens.
If this should ever happen, Doug, which are the things which things should we prioritize?
My thing, audio first, then ventilation if need be, and cameras last. Because at least when
Also-
you're doing the ventilation second, from what I'm doing, you can still try to get Springtrap at least away, and then I'll have enough time to even get the camera feedback up.
And I assume that the reboot all function is practically a last resort.
Yeah, if need be. But again, like Logan said, it takes a while.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is and finally, what does that red light mean if it starts blinking?
What red light?
The red light that was, like, as the ventilation air was going on, like something that was like a beep beep beep.
Like,
Well, that's another
beep, beep.
That's another way for Springtrap to get to your room like quicker.
Oh, because the noise of it.
Yeah,
And plus you're
but
From
of
the
course
ventilation
you
air.
start
Okay, so
to
that's what you
hallucinate.
wanted.
yeah, and you're losing your vision and
We
stuff too.
chica.
Oh dear. All right, now we need 395248. Basically treated like you would a phone dial pad. You'll see.
Oh Christ! I think if I remember, I think I had something funny, literally when I got to the fourth night. Like, I think I still kept it in here, so you'll have to see it.
Alright.
Like, that caught me off... it caught me off so bad, it was like, oh, hey there.
Hello. Hello there.
Yeah, literally, hello there.
Fellas?
All my fellas?
Oh, no! You didn't let me finish my cupcake.
The cupcake's my friend.
For real? Yeah, for
Well,
actually, that does remind me of something, though. All this talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I completely forgot about like the one, the one real experience I've ever. Oh, hello, Foxy.
Oh, sir?
you ain't
Sir?
gonna attack us, are you?
Sir?
Don't mind me.
I just be
No, he
looking at
doesn't
what you're
attack.
doing.
Hey,
Hey.
so now we see.
Wow! Goodbye, Golden Freddy.
How am I up here now? But yeah, so no, this looks weird. This is a different kind of Freddy. This doesn't look like Freddy Fazbear, and that don't look like Bonnie.
Makes me very suspicious.
Well, I mean, yeah, no. Do you notice like the color that Freddy's rocking right now?
A
YOLO.
little more gold.
Yellow.
Yellow, honey.
Yeah, it turns out all this time, everybody, that what we thought was Golden Freddy is actually something we're going to have to learn a bit more about in the next game, won't we, Doug?
Indeed, you're correct, Logan, my good sir.
Turns out
Where the
not even
heck are we...
it's not even real gold. He just spread mustard all over himself.
How are you glitching? Is it, do you just, like, press a random key to do all this?
I just hold the button down.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, what exactly are we trying to search for here?
We're trying to find the crime child.
Because I think you got the
I hear
cake
there's a missing-
already, and you just need to give it to him.
I've had the cake,
Yeah.
period. So
Yeah.
Oh, so once you find that cake, after you find the cake the one time in Mangle's game, now it's like, now you can start interacting with everyone?
yes.
Imagine you're at a party and you just see this like, don't mind me, children, I'll be back later. And he just like just faces to the
Sorry.
ceiling.
Sorry, kids. Freddy's glitching out again.
Like fucking no clip Gmod style.
Is Freddy okay, Hud? No, he is not. But such is
What do
his
you think?
want. There you
Oh,
are.
there he is.
There he is. Hello there, kiddo. Here's a happy birthday from your Uncle Fredbear.
What?
Yippee.
But before the fucking Nightmare Foxy, wow, Phantom Foxy,
Right.
I did get a chance. Well, from what you just saw, I was very lucky. If I did that just a tiny bit more, I probably would have gotten that jump scare.
Ugh, that would have sucked.
So, you don't have to make a full turn. If you at least see him, just go back to the cameras and just rinse and repeat.
Okay.
So, actually, go back a bit to what I was about to say earlier. Like, I just remembered one other thing that, it's not so much Five Nights at Freddy's related, but it's very much adjacent in terms of, like, just the overall idea and gameplay structure.
Uh-huh.
Logan, Hype,
What's up?
do you guys remember Gamer?
Gamer.
Huh?
Which
You
one?
know, the one game where you were playing on your little game at night, and you had to make sure
Oh,
that you
yes,
were ending
yes,
your
the
sleep
Wario-
while
the
your mom was
WarioWare,
looking.
WarioWare, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that.
I mean, again, if they made an entire, which they did to an extent, this one other person, if they made an entire game that was just that, and like, imagine if it was actually played for survival horror's sake, where like you're trying to play the game, and then your game's battery dies, so you need to now get up from your bed and walk down the dark hallways of your house to get to the AA batteries to put into your game console to then return to bed with Mother Dearest roaming around the house.
I felt that with my chargers back in the day, Logan.
Aww. I remember the days of like trying to play my DS late into the night to play Rocket Knight Slime Adventure or whatever Rocket Slime and like having to hide under the covers because I knew I shouldn't have been up at that time of night.
Beep, beep, beep. Just, yeah, no, like, Gamer/Sneaky Gamer is still probably one of the biggest highlights from Nintendo in the past while. And it's honestly hilarious thinking back that technically predates Five Nights at Freddy's by about a year.
True. Oh, Doug, the as far as the audio lore is used or whatever, like is it as simple as you can just play it wherever, like across the like, you know, building and he'll go to it, or is there like some like nuance to it?
You can go anywhere, but there will be times where he will not fall for it. Especially in the later nights, so you really have to strategize of where your predicament's going to be at. And
Dang.
like I said, with the marionette camera and the camera below it, that's really your best option.
Actually, so I don't think we got too much deeper into this, but apparently this is all actually like the... What's the word? Like, basically we're inside a... Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh, he's somewhere in the vents.
Oh, boy. But what was I gonna say? Like, this whole place we're in is like a control center for an actual attraction that these numbnuts at this amusement park set up based on the grisly murders of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Yeah,
Exactly.
real tasteful. It's just freaking.
Absolutely tasteful. I mean, granted, you could argue like it's oh, hello.
Hey, Springtrap.
Don't worry. Yeah.
He almost caught you there, and so did.
So whenever that happens, the hallucinations seek to basically make you freak out and make your tech all go wonky and stuff.
And give you
Hey.
give
Hello, buddy.
Springtrap ample enough time to look at you right from the left.
Yep.
Well, you know what that must do, Hug. Oh,
Fucking hope and pray.
yeah, because he was there. He was right there.
Oh,
Hey.
you got
How's it
this.
going?
can we lure him away from here?
You can, but I don't have an actual strategy for that.
Oh boy.
And I can misclick.
Yeah, I think your goose is cooked, buddy.
The goose is cooked. And I'm not even hungry.
This screen's been up for way too long. He can see.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hi there, folks.
Hey,
Tell
aren't
me
you
about the
doing?
toilet
What are you
of-
doing?
I do always like how his jump scare is not like normally it's like between like with Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 the jump scare is like, you know, gets in your face, jumps you freaking Foxy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 tackles you to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
With Springtrap it always felt like his jump scare was more of a hello there. How you doing?
Hey, how
like
you
just
doing?
kind of hey, let me slide on in here real quick now.
He's
How
like, are you
doing
a
this
human?
evening?"
Because I can tell you're a human.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
No.
Yeah.
No, not a human. Rabbit.
Dear heavens.
But if I remember, I think either 3 or 4 into one of those nights, that's when the marionette will start to come out.
Oh my god! I just remember. Remember when freaking Warner Brothers almost got away with that Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
Yeah, and they,
Oh, yeah.
but thank goodness what ended up happening is that they kept making way too many changes to it. Anthony, have you ever heard of the banana splits?
I don't. Sorry, the brain buffered when I heard banana splits.
Oh, hey, nah.
Because I know what you're talking about, and my brain had
Also-
to process it again.
Also,
Buddy?
I'm seeing the issue here, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Which all the while Springtrap could be doing stuff.
He could.
He could
Oh,
be.
no.
For all we know, he's probably right there, just right behind the door.
He's probably
Oh,
committing
no.
tax fraud.
Where are you? Where are you?
He would.
I don't hear him in the vents.
But yes, I have
Check
heard of the
camera
banana splits. Yes, I
one.
have.
Pass
He was in the
oh, we're good.
Oh,
Oh, he was okay.
you made it.
Yeah, he was.
But yes, Anthony, the banana splits. A long time ago, they were James enlightened me and Anthony. What the hell are the banana splits? You're older than me.
So the most that I immediately remember of the banana splits is that basically among many of Hanna-Barbera's creations, at least one of them they decided to do was like this whole like live action comedy skit where 4 guys in fursuits were practically just having a fun old time inside this whole funhouse or whatever. I'll be real. I don't remember the entirety of the Banana Splits lore, other than the fact that there's the 4, and they're this part of this whole group. They're all jolly and fun and all that stuff. It's your typical Hanna-Barbera shtick, but in live action.
They did have occasional animated
run!
segments, though.
Right. Which makes sense, considering it's Hanna-Barbera we're talking about here. But otherwise, I'm trying to remember all their names. The only one I immediately remember is Bingo, and...
The elephant was like something or...
Yeah, no, Bingo's the only one I immediately remember. I think he's the monkey.
Oh, Sam, we're in the
I
fifth
believe
night.
so. I can look up the names if you want me to.
Go for it, because I'm blinking right now.
Oh
The
my.
only other thing I really... Oh, hello.
Doug, I don't want to even try to attempt it. Do you want to try and pronounce this dude's name?
No.
Okay. James, meet... His
Oh my god. Okay.
name is...
Oh, I got him.
His name is spelled, end quote, RWQFSFASXC. We all call him Shadow Bonnie, though, for completely obvious reasons. It's a lot easier.
Happy birthday, kid.
Yeah, and this minigame is actually really easy. If I remember, you have to switch around with the rooms around with the down key.
Gotcha.
And that's really
But
it.
yeah, no. The only other thing I really remember from the Banana Splits is how they were re-implemented into the Jellystone show, where they were practically just a bunch of pranksters.
Yeah, and that was fun how they did that.
Happiest day.
Yeah.
I think the Banana Splits also was able to like have a spooky version as a movie.
Oh.
And if I remember
We
correctly,
were the marionette and... Oh.
Which,
here they go.
goodbye.
Okay.
They're at peace.
Oh, if
We've
you want,
done
I
it.
found the names.
There you go.
go for it.
We've
Okay, so
done
with
it.
the... Wait, what'd I do?
I was saying, we did it. Doug's did it. He has, through these games...
Oh.
set the souls of the animatronics at peace. However, we still got to deal with the problem at the source of it, so we're gonna deal with that now. But continue.
That's fair. Okay, so the dog is named Fleagle. You were right about the monkey being named Bingo. The dog-looking thing with the shades is named Drooper, and the elephant is Snorky.
Snorky. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, no, like, as we mentioned, like, other than, again, their appearance in Jellystone, they did have their namesake movie, which was originally supposed to be Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep.
Yippers.
And if you've ever seen the trailer for it, Anthony, somehow in a mad scramble because Scott, bailed out because that was not the movie he wanted to make, they instead slapped on the Banana Splits IP onto it and kept literally everything else. So now suddenly they are vicious murderers.
Honestly, it's really funny because, like, it's not even that shocking because, like, they, for a good while, had this weird thing of taking Hanna-Barbera creations and putting them in very, like, off-kilter or macabre situations. Like, I mean, obviously the most popular example is Scooby Apocalypse. And there's also stuff like the Wacky Races Mad Mask-esque series that they had.
Hello.
Honestly, I think they'll only really successful.
Oh shoot!
He's here.
How do we stop that?
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
he's
Your host. He sees you. He's coming right for you.
And
He wants my pizza.
I'm coming for that booty.
Just let
Fucker
me
wants my
fix it.
pizza.
Well
Wait,
done,
wait,
get out of this scrap.
All right,
That's
now
the
you
fun
can
part.
kill me.
You
I
don't.
fixed it
Good
all.
heavens. Peekaboo? Peekaboo?
Ooh. Oh,
Tell me all
what?
sly.
Oh, never mind.
I see you.
Yeah. You're just gonna ignore the fucker.
what
What
you
the
mean?
fuck? There he is! Hello!
Yeah, he can actually run across the room.
What a fucking...
He's
Are
a
we sure
tease.
this isn't just fucking Bugs Bunny as an animatronic?
He kind of gets there.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck
I was
with
about
you.
I was about to say, he actually did startle me there, I'm not gonna lie. Double damn.
he had the longest wind up though hype. Like
We're not even in the
I'm
first
gonna
game yet.
Scare you, Eric.
Hi.
Gee, he is fast.
Huh.
Well,
And
what
he poofed!
Wait,
Just what?
oh. So now what?
Hope and pray.
Hope and pray.
Where'd he go?
Yeah?
That's all we can
Hope
do.
he had business elsewhere.
Yeah, I think
Like, I assume you mean the Chaos Emeralds.
yeah, I think recently someone made like a deluxe version of like this game, but obviously you need to have Five Nights at Freddy's 3 to like install to like have it work. And they basically
Makes
like
sense.
they redid like his animations. They actually added sound to when he walks across the
Ah, Foxy got it.
Jesus!
Oh.
Fuck you, Foxy!
But-
Yeah, that's the one that'll get people the most.
But yeah, he
Continue.
Yeah, when he walks across the screen like you saw, there's actual noise when he stomps across the screen. And I think there's like a few other things they changed, but not much.
Yeah, well.
Oh dear heavens.
Fair enough.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I just remember this one like being so weird because out of all of the jump scare sounds, like for the most part, I feel like a lot of the he is super aggressive. I feel like a lot of the jump scares were like, you know, their own original sounds, but isn't this like just this one here? Isn't this just like a stock sound effect that we hear like in other? I've heard this same scream in other games before, like Evoland and I think one of the old Final Fantasy games.
It's also a bit more subdued from what I can tell.
They also used it in Friendship is Magic. Weirdly enough.
I could see that. I mean, I could see it.
They did.
Yeah, they did with Starlight Glimmer when I think the main six were like confronting her, being like, "No, you making everyone equal is bad. They have to be perfect with their cutie marks and blah blah blah." And she's like, "Shut the fuck up."
Oh my god.
I'm just throwing this out there.
I don't remember them saying that in the show.
I'm just throwing this out there. Freaking, what was that creepypasta game, Anthony? Like Village of the Blanks or whatever?
Oh fuck! I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's called.
Valley of the Blanks, or I just remember like that one like did this idea like so much like did the idea of her like so much creepier. I could talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, can I just say, like, when Anthony was talking about the whole, like, no, and then so on and so forth, a very split second was half expecting I was half expecting him to be more like, no, you're not in this episode.
No, you're not in this episode. It's Story of the Blanks.
Story of the Blanks, thank you. I could talk about that for a little bit if you want, Doug.
I mean, by all means.
Okay, it was an old creepypasta game. Came out like at like the height of like the Brony fandom or whatever. I think it was like a little bit after season 2, but basically, because yeah, that's where it comes out that yes, I was into that as like you know back in like ye old high school. And basically the story was it was purposefully a creepy. It was not meant for kids like game. Actually told in a very similar pixel art style to some of the Death games, and it followed Apple Bloom, I think was her name.
Yep.
The young pony who did not have the cutie mark of which details your purpose and sole reason for existence in the world, and she went on a journey with Twilight, got lost track of time, and found a village where they're all adult ponies and they all did not have cutie marks. It was like, oh my gosh, like this is pretty neat. And they were like detached from society and stuff. They're like their own little like commune or whatever. And until they were all like, oh, but don't go to this one house. We don't talk about that place anymore. And it turns out the reason for that was because the story that you learn tragically is that some pony was helping to look for someone's lost toy or something, and turned out that was the thing she was good at. Therefore, huzzah, you now have your cutie mark, thus detailing you're the best at the finding things. Except everybody in this commune who had no idea about the outside world and civilization and the actual expectations and purposes of this part of everyone's anatomy for some reason, looked at that and said, witchcraft. This ain't good at all. And killed him.
Well, shit.
And turns out the village you're in was actually cursed, and they're all like these jagged, like
Hello.
horrid, like, hey Foxy, sinewy, like things, like.
Oh, thank God.
Fox's like, you did it!
Let's go!
You did it! Give me a hug, brother!
Congratulations! You did it!
Yippee!
But
And thus.
and yeah, that was the story.
And
it was generally creepy. Now, Doug, tell us what happens now.
Murder.
Well. Yes. Murder, Anthony.
Well, I mean,
Thank
what
you.
are we?
Thank
I mean,
you,
are
dear
we
soul brother?
are we little Skelly boy?
Oh.
We are the
boy.
children's. We're trying to scare them.
Scare the killer. Ooga
Get away from me!
booga.
Get away from me!
They certainly
I'm
look
scared. I'm allergic to tears.
And so they scared him. He went, and he said, I'll protect myself then.
He fought.
You'll never get me in here.
He laughed, moved way too fast.
Ah!
And he did.
I think people have been saying like it was like since it's like run down and shit. Like those drops that you're seeing, one must have gotten to the spring locks.
Yeah,
it's-
That's
the
what I would
moisture would,
imagine.
like,
Yeah, because it's a pretty old suit.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, all of the original animatronics can their spirits can finally be laid to rest.
Oh yeah. If you actually just did it vanilla-wise and got the bad ending, you would actually see another animatronic head glowing in the background, which I'm positive that's fucking Golden Freddy.
Yeah.
probably. And all these would still have like their lights strung up, just, you know, in a sense showing that, oh, the souls are still trapped inside, doomed to be tortured and remain as like a freaking, you know, tourist trap attraction for people. Like they don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they're kids.
Exactly.
They don't deserve that kind of thing after death.
Even though
What do they
Foxy's
do?
jaw
Want
does
the
look pretty
bastard
silly,
dead.
like.
Oh.
Anyway, continue. I see it. Anyway, continue, Doug.
What do these kids want? To get vengeance on this fucking bastard, and they got what they wanted.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They did it.
They saved the world.
I forgot there was a nightmare mode.
Oh yeah, because Doug's been doing the 6th night on a couple of these things, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nightmare is technically a Night 6, and like I said, I'm not doing a custom night on any of these, because again, fuck that. I'd rather do it whenever I'm
fair.
actually ready to do them.
I don't think this game ever really had a custom night, unfortunately. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't know why, but I know someone like modded it in just because
I
they
do
wanted
vaguely
to.
remember that.
I guess considering the structure of the game, how could you even do a custom night for this game?
The amount of irritation, I'm guessing, with the phantoms being one, how
Oh.
aggressive Springtrap can be, maybe how nasty the freaking errors can happen. Maybe.
That's what I'd imagine.
Yeah.
And if that ever happened to me, I'd be like, fuck this. I'm playing FNAF 4.
Goodbye.
So between these, actually, no, that question I'll probably best say for the finale of all this. Yeah. So any tips, any like things we should be looking out for on Nightmare difficulty compared to the previous nights?
Of course, do what I'm doing on the screen. Just use the audio and just go back to the systems, see what you can at least try to do. My thing is that reboot the camera at least once every 2 visits, because
Okay.
the camera footage fucking dies within a dime sometimes.
Damn.
And that's kind of what happens when you're working with fucking like early '90s tech in the 2010s.
Exactly.
That little like even something subtle as that little like staticky fade in, like making it so that like you need to like keep your eyes peeled just that much more to even see if you can find him on these things. And again, he hides so well. I have no idea where he is on these screens half the time you're looking. I don't know where to look.
Yeah.
Like, you think it'd be easy considering it's just the one animatronic you have to worry about, but considering how many rooms there are and there's still the one person, yeah.
So many.
No, he's just a one-trick bastard.
He's a literal spring trap.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ah, I get what you said there.
Oh yeah, did we forget to mention his full name?
I don't think we have,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, may as well get around to it. Yep.
So, we call him Springtrap, but as you can no doubt tell from the design and, okay, let's just get right to the point. Before he became the Springtrap we all know, he was another animatronic. Well, the animatronic itself was called Springtime Bonnie.
Or Spring
Yep.
Bunny for
Or
sure.
Spring Bonnie for short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the limited edition Bonnie.
And yeah, it was an animatronic that everybody knew and loved and trusted. That was the problem.
Yeah, he's fast.
And then there's just Freddy.
If he's in events, be fast.
It's like he can freaking clamber around for a guy lugging around, you know, approximately 80 pounds of metal and stuff.
Not bad, Corpse,
80
man.
pounds,
Not
that's
bad.
generous.
He's also fast for someone who should be dead.
Yeah.
So
What kind
the
of fucking
books,
voodoo magic did this man fucking do?
well, the books tried to explain that in a kind of unsatisfying way, honestly.
That I do remember, and I wasn't too happy with how they did it.
So James, do you recall the midichlorians being the Force and all that? Okay,
What, Jim?
so Super Nerd Logan is gonna talk for a quick second. Is that a big
Go for
thing
it.
that people kind of felt was a bit of a miffed change in the prequel trilogy of Star Wars was that for the longest time the Force was known as this like ethereal, like this basically space magic. You got space magic, congrats. But people never really knew how it worked until the prequel trilogy actually found a way to make it scientific and therefore maybe not as cool. So
Yeah, it's not quite. The magic isn't there no more.
basically they described it as you have the force is within everybody, and it's in these little like space particles known as midichlorians, and if you have a high like affinity for them, you can actually then start to manipulate, control, and like influence them, ergo you can use the force. So in a similar way, the books tried to explain. Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. I see you.
Fun fact, actually, if you paid
Yeah?
attention to the actual hours, I'm on 4 a.m. now. So
Cool.
even
Catching
if he
up.
jumps, so even if he jump scares me and I get the game over, and if the hour switches before the game over screen, it still counts towards me skipping towards 4 a.m.
hooray! Thank
So
you.
if that ever happens to you, that can still technically count as a win for the night.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
But what was it? So basically, what the book ended up doing was they explained that the reason why these animatronics and stuff can like keep people alive forever is because of this weird like substance known as remnant, and you can harness remnant and use it to power and do things with, which is what the Springtime Bonnie guy himself was doing. He was killing kids for their remnant to stay alive, and it was like this like. I didn't quite get the point of all of it.
you think that would be a bigger deal in this world if that were more like, I don't know, more common knowledge?
Yeah, you think that a groundbreaking discovery like that would probably be being studied by the government, not some dude running a pizza shop.
I mean, isn't it kind of just? I mean, isn't the whole appeal about these things is that like these things happen because of forces we don't know anything about?
It's usually more fun that way, yeah.
The FNAF lore is
Yeah,
the
sometimes the mystery is what makes the character.
Almost.
Almost.
I mean, that's unfortunately also a reason why some of these like horror like series end up. Hey, springtime.
Hey,
But
how's it
what
going?
was I gonna
You.
say?
We're just gonna
Hi.
stare at you now.
Thou,
Stare off.
how's your Tuesday afternoon?
You know what? It's been
Never
going
mind, you're not
alright.
gonna tell me. Okay, I'm
I'm
blocking
gonna
it.
clock out now. You have a good one, alright? You lock up now. Safe drive. And he just lets you do it.
Yeah, he just lets me do it.
I think if
Oh,
you-
shit.
I think if I remember correctly, if you brighten up that
burns!
image, you can see Springtrap
Mm-hmm.
in the background. You can probably faintly see him a little bit too right now.
A little bit, yeah. Like
Yeah.
his eyes a little bit behind the. Yeah, he ain't dead.
Still around.
Yeah. So of course, because the place was pretty much built on duct tape and the false hopes, it's all gone.
Ah,
And they're
well.
gone. Yep.
But you did it. Oh, what's extra? Oh, cool.
Basically, we can see some of the models that we can see for animatronics and all stuff that Scott did, and he carried over with the fourth game, which I'm happy about.
What are
Hey.
what are the cheats?
I don't remember at the top of my head, but just basically to hopefully help you along the way. Like if I remember, one of them actually indicates where Springtrap is.
Oh, that's cool. The other thing I'd heard was that I heard that some of the cheats will actually like make the game even harder and boogaboo.
Ooh, go
Hi there.
Special
I mean,
bitch.
Here's to you, buddy.
It is cool to see Cawthon's animation skills improve with each game.
It's
For real.
great.
Freddy. And yeah, okay, so Fast Nights and Aggressive. So that's the one I remember is that
Right.
some people put on Aggressive and that's like the closest thing that they can do. Nightmare Aggressive is like the closest thing you could do to a 2020 mode in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the closest thing.
Don't do
But
it.
yeah, with the Burning Rubbles, we're done with FNAF 3.
Let's go.
And as far as I'm concerned, I think Five Nights at Freddy's 3, as far as this original quadrilogy is concerned, is the very last in the entire game lineup.
In terms of chronology, at this moment anyway, yeah.
Right, because Five Nights at Freddy's 4, I think, is technically a prequel.
It is a prequel.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Now, what I don't remember is if it's also a prequel to the first game or not, or even the second, really.
Prequel to the second, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's literally the first game in the entire chronology.
Yeah, it definitely
In the
covers some of the
chronology, yeah.
more important moments, yeah.
Right, because this predates the bite of '87.
That's true.
But that's something we can get into once we actually get to FNAF 4 proper. So, any closing thoughts, Doug?
I hope you're ready for personally my favorite FNAF game of the series.
And my least favorite.
Me too.
Also, I want you guys to imagine this right now. Every time that Springtrap is, like, laughing maniacally in the title screen, you just hear the fucking, like, laughing hyena noises that Ripper Roo makes.
Oh god.
But it cuts himself off immediately. Just.
Until next time, everybody.
And then they made a fourth game.
Hope you are ready for nightmares.